about how I came upon fashion as my calling. About a year and a half ago, I came back from Vancouver, and inside I still felt like I was doing these marketing projects, and I just felt like something was missing. And one night, I was lying in my bed, and part of my initial cancer therapy, I had surgery that cut me from about right here all the way down past my belt, about 9 inches, right? Now, that night I was lying in my bed and, looking at the scar as a reminder, I noticed a little lump in my stomach. And the lump was in the same exact spot that the first lump was in, right? That I first found that I had cancer. And I felt it and I wondered, and it felt just like the same way that I had cancer. And in the last couple of days, I kind of felt sick again, and I had the same symptoms. And at that moment, like the reality of cancer was back, just lit up in my mind. And I lost myself, and I'm like, what? Like, it doesn't make any sense. How could cancer be back? Like, I can't go through this again. I don't want to go through this again. Like, what kind of life am I gonna have? I mean, I'll get cancer, I'll go through the chemo, I'll lose my hair, I'll lose my strength, I'll become like a vegetable, I'll regain it again, and then I gotta go through it again, and then I gotta go through it again. Like, what kind of life is that? How am I gonna support myself? I don't wanna just live at home. Like, so I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna beat it again. I know I'm gonna beat it again. How do I provide myself with a living? And the idea came to me that I gotta design, I gotta create a business that I can do from home. Something that I can do that I won't be able to go to an office. I won't be able to go to this if I have cancer. But I gotta create something of value. And I looked at my life, and I sat down all night long drawing like my life story and just like trying to look at it from a third perspective. And it's like everything I was been taught. Like, I just came from marketing these big brands, okay? Learning how to develop these campaigns and these, these structures on influencing trend. And before that, I did promotions, which was reaching a large market and implementing different marketing frequencies and reaches. And then before that, I was doing like organized projects. And then before that, I did fashion. And it was like everything I've learned was to help prepare me to market my own product. And I'm like, well, what product do I know how to create? And then it's like 16 years old, I have my first fashion line. And I didn't have the resources or the skills or the money to do it, so I put it on hold. And now at 24, I had everything I needed. So it was like, okay, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Now, what do I do? And I kind of said, okay, you know what? It's my artistic ability, so I secluded myself in my room for 2 months. Like, I mean, I cut off friends, I cut off everyone.
Oh, wow.
I just got into the deepest spiritual level I've ever reached, and I just got into the zone, and I didn't even know the 7 keys to divinity. I just knew feelings and emotions of what I wanted to put on a t-shirt. And I started designing, and I created tons and tons of designs. And before I knew it, I mean, call it law of attraction or call it whatever it may be, I got in contact with the manufacturers that already in China.
Yeah.
So, not knowing anyone in China, I didn't even speak to this girl. I was emailing this girl, got on a plane to China by myself, not knowing anyone there except for this one girl I talked to in email who worked for Ed Hardy, flew to China, got off in the airport, couldn't get a hold of her, had no idea how to get to her house. But it worked out. Got to her house. Yeah, went to the factories, learned everything that I possibly could, took my computer designs and my hand drawings, transferred them into reality, created samples, brought it into reality, and came back to Canada, and then began a website and marketing and material and this and that, and everything just led to this summer where I started manufacturing everything in Canada.
So right now the main focus is on t-shirts.
T-shirts right now.
I know your t-shirts always symbolize something in terms of it's not just you're going for a regular or going to the store buying a t-shirt. Your t-shirts mean something. It tells a story. Do you want to expand on it?
Yeah, well, it's funny how everything just came together, but the collection 7 Keys to Divinity, it's a story, it's a message, it's a philosophy, right? As you know, like I'm a cancer survivor, and my life has been very eventful from the stuff that I've gone through, and it's kind of enlightened me to a spiritual level, you know, kind of thinking beyond what I see, and I've kind of been in tune with what life's meaning really is. So when I first discovered fashion as my destiny 2 years ago, I was kind of searching for what did I want to say through fashion, and what did I want to communicate. And I view myself as an artist that's, you know, translucent through any type of form of art. So the message I found inside was a message of, I guess, hope, of inspiration, and the collection, the 7 Keys to Divinity, kind of represents 7 characteristics I believe that everyone should possess in order to enhance themselves to, you know, a divine level. A divine level meaning kind of experiencing heaven on earth, you know, your true utopia here on earth, which the first key is heart of gold, to have the heart of a king, right? To love everyone, to be emotionally strong, but to just love and care and have justice over everyone. And the second is sort of truth, to be a man of honor, a woman of honor, to speak your word, and you know, people meet you and go, wow, that person says something, they do it, and they're very trustworthy. The third, to be peaceful, to be calm, relaxed, just to be at peace with yourself and not worrying about this and that, just to be relaxed. The fourth, confidence and security, which is just to be confident in who you are, whoever that person may be. Not confident in your looks, your appearance, but confidence in your character and your ability of what
like your inner self.
Yes, absolutely. The fifth is unity. Once you've reached this, you love everyone and you're truthful and you're at peace with yourself and you're confident, people admire you, unite with those around you, and people are drawn to you. The sixth one is pop bottles, which is, I mean, celebration though. It symbolizes, you know, pop bottles New Year's Eve, you know, pop bottles on a birthday. It's just joy and celebration. Yeah, I'm a workaholic. That's all I do Monday to Friday, you know, morning till night. But at the same time, you need that escape and time to celebrate and enjoy life. That's all it's about, right? When it comes down to it, is life. And the seventh key is the pattern of life, the divine pattern, which is kind of like how I found my destiny was I looked at the pattern of my life from when I was born to 24. And through that, I kind of found what I've been molded to become, and that helped me understand my future. And understanding my future gave me that last key to kind of begin walking towards it, right?
Yeah.
So that's the concept of the
But
collection.
do you think from now on, like every I guess collection you make, every addition to your t-shirt collection or anything that you want to progress into, do you think they'll all symbolize something?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that how you want to make it?
Well, because I'm just, it has to. I look at designers and I look at some of the fashion lines out and I look at some of even the new t-shirt labels, and it's just design on a t-shirt. And it's great, artwork, but I just think next level. Like, if I'm wearing a t-shirt and I'm wearing a symbol and I'm going out and displaying the symbol to the world around me, this has an energy feel to it in a sense, right? Has an attraction level to it. So I rather put stuff that has a deep meaning, something that's a positive message, something that can not only, you know, when they look in the mirror, they see love, right? So any collection I will design in the future, I want it to have some type of message, philosophy, meaning. I mean, one of the collections that I'm going to be doing in the summertime is the 7 great empires of the world. So it's going to be certain pieces that cater to the Roman Empire, you know, maybe style or color, or, you know, and then, you know, the Egyptian Empire and the Babylonian Empire, and just, you know, really going into those countries and, you know, discovering history. And, you know, there's great symbols that have power behind them that can be captured in this clothing that I think will just empower people, right? So.